Today, we're in Washington State having Albarino. Let's get it. Welcome to Wine Still of the Week, where I go find a bottle that's under $20 that's punched above its weight class. I can't wait to get into this wine today. Till next time, cheers. Hey, what up everybody? It is Friday. We've made it to another one. It's Wine Still of the Week day. I cannot wait to get into this wine with you. I think I have a pretty good deal, but I'm not sure. It's my first time tasting it. But before I get into that, I do want to let you know that it's coming to the end of Publishers Week. The article's out, so go ahead and check that out. And if you get a chance, definitely subscribe to my newsletter. And also just dropped another video, but I'll talk about that at the end of this wine review. So let's get into the wine today. Today we're in Yakima Valley in Washington State. We're talking about Albarino. So Albarino is a Spanish grape, and normally grows mostly in Spain, but it is growing around the world. I know we have a lot of it in California under the radar. It's really cool to see that it's also being grown, though, in Washington State. This is probably the third one I've ever had from Washington State, so I'm really excited to try this out. This is the 2022 Terra Blanca Signature Series Albarino out of Yakima. And here is the label. All right, let's get into this. On the nose. Just playing with y'all, sorry. So I'm getting a little bit of like white flower. I'm getting a little honeysuckle going on here. I'm also getting like a little bit of grapefruit here too. There's also like a little bit of stone fruit here. I'm getting apricot and a little bit of nectarine here. You know, I did just open this, so let me swirl this a little bit. I want this to be a little bit more expressive. I'm also getting a lime zest. Definitely like a little bit of a lime zest here too, which I like, along with the grapefruit. So there's some citrus. There's definitely some citrus notes going on here. So I'm gonna say something really weird, and I don't think anybody like, unless you're of my age. I'm in my 40s. I don't know if a lot of people younger than me even know or ever seen this, but there's like this bubble gum called Bubble Yum back in the day. Very flavorful, super flavorful. I'm getting a little bit of that on this nose too, which is interesting. I never thought I'd get that. That's really cool. I don't know if it's cool actually. We'll see on the palate, but it's definitely something different. I'm also getting like something melon. I'm getting like a little bit of a honeydew thing here. Let's go ahead and taste it and see if everything's translating to the palate. Wine Still of the Week will be right back. Check out my online store, fruitandglassgear.etsy.com, where all the gear is wine inspired. I would think you'll love it. It's comfortable, and just check it out. Cheers, guys. Now back to the show. Well, aren't you a lot of fun? This is nice. I like this quite a bit. Let's talk about structure. Light to medium body, kind of like in that little. Let's stick with medium. This is a medium bodied wine. Acid's medium. Finish is long, very persistent finish here. Very nice, refreshing mouthfeel on the outside, but lush fruit in the mid palate, or like sorry, on the palate itself. It extends from the beginning to the third quarter. There's still some here too, all the way into the finish, but it's not as heavy. The acid kicks in definitely on the finish and kind of elevates the fruit. Actually, this acid is getting more medium plus, to be honest, which is a little bit more higher than I thought initially. So I'm gonna say medium plus on acid here. Like right on that line, but there's a little bit that pushes it over. This thing is pretty seamless on the palate. There's a lot of things going on. Some complexities here and everything I was talking about. Actually, let me get into that right now. Interesting. Okay, so does approach up front with more of the apricot, kind of like an apricot mango thing up front, which I didn't catch on the nose so much, but I'm definitely catching it now up front on the palate. As it gets into the mid palate, some the grapefruit, there's like an orange zest grapefruit thing kicking in that I like quite a bit. As it gets into the third quarter to the finish, there's a little bit of a lime zest. There's like a nice little minerality on the finish too, and a decent amount of acid. There's also like that honeydew thing kind of kicks in the second or third quarter too, which is really interesting. A lot of different flavor. A lot of different fruit camps in this wine. I mean, we're going from citrus to stone fruit to like melons and stuff like that to tropical. Very, very interesting. I really like this wine quite a bit. This would be if the heat was still kicking. This would be perfect for the summer. But even without it being summer, this is going to be a great wine to drink by itself, but also to pair with food. I think this would go really good with like a shrimp scampi, some kind of pasta. I think this would go good with spice. So if you want to take this to like a Thai restaurant or somewhere that has a lot of spice, I think this would go really well with that. I also think this would go really good with like ceviche or like even oysters. I think this would go amazing with oysters. Something a little bit richer. I think this would pair well with it. So, highly recommend this wine. If I'm scoring this wine, I'm gonna go 89 plus. Haven't done that in a while, but let's go 89 plus on this. Where you can find this is at Grocery Outlet. I got this bad boy for $5.99, which is great. But here's the thing. I'm glad I'm putting this out now. Grocery Outlet, if you are in California, they're having their 20% off sale right now. So it's worth it to go buy a bunch of bottles and just enjoy yourself and figure out what works for you. 20%, they do it 2 to 3 times a year, and so this is one of the times a year, and it should be going all the way up until Tuesday of next week. So if you get a chance, go to Grocery Outlet, grab some bottles, enjoy some bottles, take some notes. I would love to get your feedback on some of the wines I've put up here. I would love to get your feedback and whether you like it or not too. So anyway, other than that, getting into the newsletter. Again, it is Publishers Week, which I'm almost at the tail end of. I'm kind of the middle part. Still got to put out a podcast. I got to put out a couple of little things. One thing I did just drop really cool, which is really cool, is my novel, like kind of like a description of what you guys can like read when my novel does drop, so you guys get an idea of what it's about. I want to kind of be more open and allow you guys to kind of step into my world and be a little bit more transparent with you guys about what I'm trying to do with this book. Because it's really, really a wonderful book, and I'm just hoping everybody gets a chance to check it out and read it. And so, yeah, pre-orders will be available soon. And other than that, question of the day, you can include Albarino if you want to, but in Spain, what's your favorite white grape in Spain? I'm curious. They have a bunch of them, and I like a lot of them. So let me know what you think. Put them in the comment section. And guys, until next time, cheers.